Alright, let's get back to it. Into the canyon we go, off to Pinna Park. So yeah, this is my preferred order. This is the 4th world, where I like to do this one to unlock Yoshi, because unlocking Yoshi also unlocks the other upgrades for the hub area. So to me, it just makes the most sense to go on my way to get Yoshi, also because Yoshi is a very good boy. And for the longest time, Yoshi was actually my go-to Mario character. So yeah, I had a Yoshi to Rosalina pipeline. I basically would only play as Yoshi in like Mario Party, and then eventually just switched to basically only playing as Rosalina in the games when she's an option. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's rough. I tend to kind of avoid games with content warnings just because they can be a lot. Depends on what they are, and also because I kind of need to be in the right like headspace for them. This cutscene was like mind-blowing as a kid. Like, this was the coolest thing. In general, like GameCube games have such pretty water. Like, I think about that guy in Miiverse who always was just like rating the water in every game, and it's like, yeah, no, maybe they were onto something.
Did the perpetrator get away?
Hi AC, welcome on in. Alright, we have a boss. Amazing, what a spectacle. Is this a new show of ours? This is not a good voice for this guy. You guys are great. Whoever hired you needs a raise. I love how you play the fearless hero and he's like a bad version of you, but you both look the same and stuff. Well, as director of this park, I want to ensure your success, so how about I provide you with a hero's vehicle? Follow me. Oh, so hey, fun story. Last night I was doing a test of like audio levels and stuff like that, and I picked this, like Pinna Park, because it's the loudest goddamn stage in the game, it feels like. So I specifically booted up the balloon, like episode 8. I did it first try, like completely like rusty. After not having played this game in like years, I beat it in like one attempt. Whether that'll happen for the actual playthrough, if the streamer curse is gonna sink in, we'll find out then. But it is something that I do wonder with this playthrough, is how many of the really difficult notorious Shine Sprites I'll just get like first try, because I've obsessed over this game for most of my life. Another game I'm like this with is actually Pikmin 2, where it's like everyone finds Pikmin 2 like unreasonably difficult if they play it like now, but because I grew up with Pikmin 2, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't really have a problem with it. Which again, I think says more about me than it does about Pikmin 2. I will not defend Pikmin 2 and its like levels of bullshit at times. And yeah, that's my philosophy with like game criticism, is I try to separate my feelings from like actual like objective thoughts. And there we go.
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away. Mama? Mama Peach? I'm your mama? Yeah, Papa told me all about it. He told me my mama got kidnapped by a bad man named Mario. So you're Bowser's son? So I came here to rescue her. So the graffiti... that was you? This is my magic brush. When I draw with this, all my wishes come true. A strange old man in a white coat gave it to me. A strange old man in a white coat? But why would you pretend to be Mario? told me everything. He said,
Mario's a bully. He never fights fair.
he said,
Junior, you gotta try to outsmart Mario.
so I tried to get Mario sent to prison. But they didn't lock him up, and now he came to steal Mama Peach again. You pest! Stop following us! No, not again. It appears to be heading toward Corona Mountain.
And that's basically the end of the story of this game for a long time. It's again very front-loaded. But yeah, that takes care of the first Pinna Park shine. So far so good with that. Very smooth run of that shine, all things considered. So yeah, we have to do 4 of these just to unlock Yoshi. So again, that's a priority. And I want to show off something really silly in this next stage. I have no clue if I remember how to do this properly, let alone on a pro controller. So I guess we'll see. You know, there's one thing that really bums me out. 8-Bit though, a company that makes a lot of accessories for different consoles, they did a mod kit recently that allows you to swap out the internals of a GameCube controller for like a Bluetooth GameCube controller. Unfortunately though, it doesn't allow analog triggers on Switch. It works on Switch, but it's actually only read as a Pro controller, and like that's the biggest bummer to me, because like having essentially like an OEM GameCube controller, but like working wirelessly on Switch would be like a dream for me. But again, it doesn't actually work with this, unfortunately, with this game in particular. It's like meant for Smash, which seems to be the story of my life with trying to find GameCube stuff, is, oh, this only works with Smash Bros. There is a way to clip inside the cannon. I'll give it a solid few tries. But, Mole's been a little feisty today, I see. He's supposed to, like, duck into the cannon like that, but... Again, my only issue is I don't quite remember how this trick works. There we go. Again, that's faster than fighting him, so... might as well. This one's easy, I say, knowing I will regret saying this was easy. And then again, we have to do this again, because we have the red coins after. Whether we'll clip through again, that remains to be seen. I might, just because again, I think it will be faster. This stage is weird because you have like this stomp and stew part at the end that's like, it serves no purpose. Like, I don't even think there's a red coin there in the bonus version. Alright, so this part also sucks because it's on a cycle, and if you miss the cycle, obviously, then you just have to wait. You can also just spam dive. You don't even have to flip out of it in this game. That was my favorite thing to do as a kid, partly because of the sound Mario made. Yeah, Mario Sunshine in this game, I've actually been playing, like, this sounds crazy to say. I've been playing this game for, like... math. Let's see. 2/3 of my life, I think is fair. Like, if it was 2003 when I first started playing it, I would have been, like, 7 or 8. So, like... yeah, no, it'd be over like 2/3 of my life. I probably said too much about myself this stream now that I'm thinking about it. Probably gave too much detail about myself, but it's fine. Probably. So yeah, next up we have Pinna Park Episode 3. This one's fun. We have a little, like, thingy. I forgot what this is called. Pirate ship, like, rotating ride thingy. I don't know what else to call it. Alright, I am mentally trying to remember where everything is in this stage. If you're wondering what that awkward pause was about, because it's like... Oh yeah, this blue coin sucks, but we'll get to that later. Yeah. I love this song, by the way. I love Sunshine's OST in general, in all fairness. In my opinion, a very underrated soundtrack. Lots of fond memories of it. Some not fond memories, you know, since I was a kid and all, but generally fond memories of this game. You know, these Electro Koopas that don't really ever show up anywhere else. Shoot. Misinput there. This inch is also weird because, this and a couple others are segmented, which has the unique dynamic of trying to, like, get enough red coins. Not red coins, but just enough coins in general in some of these stages. Like, it can be a little annoying trying to get coins, because these are, like counted as one area, the outside and inside. I don't know if it's actually possible to get, like, enough coins in some of the episodes for this world. I think it's possible in Bianco, I don't know about this one. I'm pretty sure not this one. So yeah, it is just an unfortunate quirk of Sunshine, unfortunately. Again, one of the things I'm not really a fan of. Just because it's a little annoying not being able to, like, get the red coin, or like the 100 coins freely, and having to, like, wait for specific, like, episodes for that, or just trying to figure out the specific episode. But again, in my case, I have a guidebook. I've never had that issue. I've always just looked it up. The Nintendo Power Guide straight up says which ones you should go for the 100 coins are on, and which ones are just possible on. So again, I legit wonder how much of my, oh, I don't really, like, find this game as difficult as someone else. It's just because I just would obsessively look through guidebooks, and thus would know all the ins and outs, per game. By the way, I need to get better at actually saying this. Hi. I'm trying to get into the habit of streaming more. Next stream will probably be Wednesday for the Direct. It might be a little bit earlier, though, for reasons. And in general, I would like to start more like 3. Maybe like 3 to 7, like 4-hour streams. But, that's a tall ask, given I kind of peter out at like 3 hours. But, we'll see. And then also worth mentioning is, if you would like to support the stream, you can always follow to be notified of when streams go live. And I also have, like, a YouTube bot channel. I have a YouTube highlight channel, which is kind of like sort of cutting down streams to, like, Let's Plays and cutting down some of the filler. Not filler, but, like, you know, failed attempts. I'm kind of botching the speedrun strat of this level. You can't actually get all of them to stack on top of each other, and just combo them all in one go. Like, that's, like, the optimal, is to get them all, like, landed in one spot, and then you can ground pound all of them. So, didn't quite pull that off. We can try it with these two, though. Again, you can actually do it with one ground pound even. I've done it before. Not the full, like, full clear, but, like, some of them in one go. And this one should be the last one. So when you actually do this, this is the trigger to unlocking Yoshi. So once you take out all these, you know, fake, you know, Koopas and like posing as Yoshis, then you can just find them. So the weird part is the rocket nozzle and the turbo nozzle can be found in levels. You have to find a specific box with them in it to actually unlock it for the rest of the world. It's really convoluted. Yoshi works differently in that you actually do need to find him in this specific... You do need to clear the specific level before you can actually get Yoshi. Why do I have 15 shines? Oh wait, we did get another one in Bianca Hills. I forgot entirely. Huh. Yeah, maybe, like, you know, mixed feelings on picking this game from the perspective of, on one hand, I know a lot of it very well. On the other hand, it requires a lot of, like, paying attention to things, and, ADHD, undiagnosed ADHD, and, paying attention to things don't necessarily go together all the time, so... Anyway, over here we have Shadow Mario. That is not Shadow Mario. Shadow Mario is over here, with Yoshi's egg, so we just need to fight him as always to get him to drop it. Damn, that was easy. Darn, I was but just about to write that Yoshi too. So the way Yoshi works in this game, this works out very well. You have to give him a fruit of his choosing, and you have 3 different kinds of Yoshis. No, 2 different kinds of Yoshis, pink and orange, based on fruit color. This does play a role later on. They will disappear in water, and they will gradually, like, lose juice if you don't eat fruit. And if they lose all their juice, they will disappear as well. So it's a little fiddly in this game. It's not as straightforward as in, like, other Mario games. But also, I want to start, like, getting this done now, so I don't have to, like, worry about it later. We're gonna start on, we're gonna go in order, basically. We're gonna actually do the 100 coins and the blue coins as we go along. Just for the sake of, like, my sanity, to be honest. So hey, if anyone just wants to, like, ask questions or anything, now would be a great time to do so, because I'm just going to be going around collecting blue coins. I do have a guide up. This is not, like, blind or anything. Whew, you saved me, thanks a bundle. That's what most of them say, so I'm not going to be reading it out every time. But yeah, because we have Yoshi already, that means we can basically do everything as we go. We don't have to, like, wait around as much, which is nice. But again, like, this box over here is, like, not there unless you get the rocket nozzle from over by the Hillside Cave secret. It's again, a very convoluted system that I think is actually needlessly complicated at times. I'm also going to be picking these up kind of scattershot at first, and then, like, going over the finer details as we go along. Also, fun thing with these, like, pokies, if you actually splat them on a wall, they give you 3 coins. If you jump on them, they only give you 1. So we do want to actually, like, fling them into, like, a building. Which is actually a pretty graphic death. I mean, I know it's just, like, the paint, but it's still kind of effed up, actually. Shit. Almost. Come on, game. I don't know why I'm struggling with this so much. I should just let them, like, reset, I think. There we go. For future worlds, we'll also be getting some of the blue coins as we go along, partly just because in some cases, there are episode-specific blue coins. Bianco Hills does have some, but all of them can be gotten in episode 8. For future worlds, even just as early as Ricco Harbor, which is next, there will be some that are specific to an episode or 2. Which I don't like. I think that's really restrictive, and I wish you could get things in more levels. Again, even if I love this game, I'm still, like, not, you know... I don't love everything about this game. I think that's healthier. IMO. Uh-huh. Alright. Where the hell is that? I'm just, like, looking at this guide. Okay, that's interesting. They actually start with the ones closer to the windmill first, which is interesting. I'm just getting some of the obvious ones out of the way now, because it's like... You know, these I don't have to sweat as much, they're very obvious, like if I need to double back and double check a few. There should be a Pianta down here, by the way, yeah. This one moves around, sometimes he's in different spots. You just have to, like, track him down per episode. I think this one only shows up in later episodes. The other Pianta's there in, like, every episode. Yeah, some of these are only in like a handful of levels. You have this graffiti here that's like linked to another, so you basically have to like scramble over to it before it disappears. I should have gotten the rocket nozzle for that, but it's fine. We already have 32 coins, which is nice. This is one of the like kind stages for blue coins. The later ones will, or 100 coins. The later ones will not be so kind. Yeah, it was disappearing, so we barely got that in time. Meanwhile, the plaza is also worth mentioning because those ones are like really... a lot of them are tied to the rocket nozzle and turbo nozzle, and those are only unlocked after like... I think getting like 20 and 30 shines respectively. It's like weird, it's like they're tied to overworld stuff, but again, like the number of shines only affects overworld stuff, which is like neat, but the problem with that is you don't need to do any Delfino Plaza stuff to actually unlock the end game. So again, the whole structure of this game feels really like weirdly set up in a way that makes no sense most of the time. And again, it does feel a lot more restrictive than 64 because of just it being tied to specific levels and not like a number. Galaxy fixes that a little bit by making it a number again, but it does have the other oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. I didn't know that was pokey. I had the wrong nozzle equipped that time. But basically Galaxy at least makes it so there is a thing, like a requirement by number rather than like just level clears, so you do have to clear like the Grand Star levels. Again, getting a little ahead of myself, I do want to play Galaxy for the series because that is also one of my favorite games of all time. Again, the big hurdle for me is once we get to like, you know, 1,000-Year Door, mainly, like, that's gonna take a bit. I could have sworn there's one in here. Hey, look who actually has a functioning brain sometimes. Or actually more like functioning memory. To be more specific and less self-deprecatory. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else like that while we're over here. At some point we also need to get Yoshi. Yeah, I'm not really used to inverted camera anymore, but every time I tried playing this with non-inverted camera, it felt wrong. Like, it felt gross. Like, actually playing this game, like, not inverted. It felt, like, so off. So it's like a weird mix of, oh, my muscle memory for other games versus my muscle memory for Sunshine in particular. It's really weird how my brain works with, like, controls. The same thing happens with, like, Steam games, like PC games, because like everyone, because Nintendo's getting Nintendo, everyone had to like come up with slightly different button arrangements to avoid like patents and stuff. That's why like D-pads were like designed really weirdly for like PlayStation, I think, because Nintendo had a patent on that D-pad style for a long time, if I remember correctly. So for example, Sega ended up doing a different button arrangement where it's like, oh, this is weird. You can't wall jump here, huh? Legit did not program that right for that. I know I could just get the rocket nozzle, but I'm being a little cheeky and getting it in a really weird way. This is stupid to do with like no water. Like genuinely a horrible idea. But what was I saying? Basically on Steam, if I try to play a game that's like using ABXY, there's an option on Steam to like toggle if you want it to be set to Nintendo position or Xbox position. So like the Steam input will manually or like automatically adjust that to whatever you choose. I don't like that. Fun story. If I set it differently, it'll feel wrong to me. Like, no joke. Every time I've tried to do that with Steam input to go with position rather than button assignment, I have a horrible time. Because I keep instinctively wanting to press A where it is on that controller. I can't disassociate the position from the actual button original function. It's really weird. I'm not sure if that explanation even made any sense now that I'm saying it like this. But basically it's like, oh, if this is the function of A, but where B would be on an Xbox controller... Oh wait, like, press, like, on Xbox, positionally, you would press where B would be for A. So, like, if you swap it in Steam, so, like, B is A, it feels wrong. It just does not feel good to me, and I will keep pressing A by accident. But again, that's just kind of how my brain operates with, like, button layouts. Like, it's part of the reason I never really got into, like, 8BitDo controllers beyond ones that are, like, explicitly for, like, a platform. Because I don't think my brain could handle... God damn it, I keep doing that. I don't think my brain could handle actually using a PC controller with a Switch layout. I think my brain would just keep wanting to, like, confuse layouts, no matter which I would actually use. I do have the M30 though. It's a very nice controller. It's the Xbox branded one specifically, so it has the extra, like, set of bumpers. It's very nice. Would recommend if you want, like, a 6-button Genesis-style controller. Ironically, the original purpose of it was I wanted a controller, like, with like a D-pad for fighting games. And then I ended up using, like, a PS5 controller for Guilty Gear anyway, so I mostly just use it for, like, retro stuff now. Like, if we ever do play through Celeste, which is very likely, I'll probably use the M30 for that, because, I don't know if you want Xbox controller ASMR. The Xbox has, like, the loudest controller ever made, and I don't like it. It's like, you will wake up your neighbors with this controller. So now we get to the part where I've made really poor life choices, and I have not been actively tracking which blue coins I've gotten. Laughs in Rock Band 1 Stratocaster. The weird part is, like, I am, like, legitimately tempted by the Les Paul that was announced recently. I don't even play Rock Band, and I'm still tempted by that Les Paul, just because I do play Fortnite Festival a fair amount. And also, I'd be interested in, like, Yarg and stuff like that. I tried Clone Hero a long-ass time ago, but never got into it, partly because I was trying to use, like, an Xbox controller. Which wasn't ideal, obviously. If you need help with Yarg, yeah, I might hit you up. I might take you up on that offer at some point. Again, no clue when, just because I am very forgetful, and will probably forget about that. But again, it is legitimately something I would like to give a shot. But the problem is, like, yeah, I don't really do well with Rock Band or Guitar Hero on a keyboard even. I kind of need the controller. It doesn't feel right otherwise. Alright, there's a way to get 3 coins from them. I don't remember how. I'm gonna pay for my hubris, for not actually tracking. Once we get to, like, because I have a, you know, they have everything numbered for the sake of, keeping track of everything. Once we get to, the really crappy level for this, Noki Bay, once we get there, I am going to literally, like, unintuitively, because they're not listed, like, locational order, they're like, I don't know what this order is, to be honest. Once we get to Noki Bay, I'm literally going to go one by one. Like, okay, check off each one as we go. Because, like, I can kind of BS my way through, Bianca Hill's blue coins. Because this one isn't too bad. Noki Bay is kind of a lot to process. So, yeah, I will definitely be more on top of things with Noki Bay versus this. Doesn't ship until the middle of June. Right. See, that just reminds me, when the hell is that, like, analog N64 going to happen? Oddly enough, I'm not even interested in the console part, I'm interested in the controller part, because 8BitDo is making, like, an N64, like, modern-style controller for it, but it'll also work on Switch. I know there's, like, a mod kit for, like, turning an N64 controller into, like, a Switch controller. However, the problem with that is I, to be blunt, don't have a Nintendo 64 controller, so I'd have to spend the cost of the mod kit, and then also the cost of a controller. So, like, if the 8BitDo N64 controller is any good, I would be very interested. One of these propellers has a blue coin, I'm pretty sure. Again, I think I know this game, like, uncannily well sometimes. Like, yeah, I don't know how I remembered that being there. Torturing yourself with Pro Skater HD. Yeah, I've heard those games are not easy. It's like 100%. I've actually never played an Anthony Hawk game. Like, legit, I never got into that for some reason. That's not the reason why. Oh. There's the M up there. There's a lot of blue coins up there, actually. That's where most of them are gonna be, by the windmill. But again, might as well take care of the Yoshi stuff now, before I forget. We have 83 coins. We're definitely in good shape for the 100 coins. There's a blue butterfly somewhere. They're changing the physics? Oh, interesting. Making it playable, I see. It's always funny how that happens sometimes with games, where it's like, you know, remasters are like sort of fickle at times, where it's like some of them are like, yeah, this doesn't really feel right. It feels wrong, basically. Like, I know the Crash and Spyro remasters are kind of like that. Where it's like, you know, on a casual level, you know, as somebody who played those games for the first time, I did enjoy those, the Reignited and Insane trilogies. Well, I still need to finish Spyro 2 and 3. Again, I'm really torn on Spyro 2 and 3, just because on one hand, I feel like I should do them for, like, game clearing. On the other hand, I never actually played Spyro 1 on stream. And it's been so long, that was like 3 years ago. Like, maybe I should just play Spyro 1 again. Probably get someone to help out with commentary on that, now that I think about it. I know someone who has played a lot of Spyro 1. Owie. Well, we actually don't... Actually, we do need Yoshi still. Because we need to eat the rest of the bees. I know a couple of people who would not be happy with eating these bees. Alright, this is the fun part. Which blue coins are we missing? Oh no. I have screwed myself up royally, haven't I? Game isn't horrible, but it's too slow. See, like, that's kind of how I feel about, like, some Sonic games, where it's just like... Sometimes you just notice, like, sharp differences in physics between games of the same engine, and it's like really jarring sometimes. Yeah. Let's see. There's the M up here. There's one on top of the windmill. There's one with the pokey on the ledge nearby. Yeah. Like Frontiers even has a problem for me. Like, I just think Frontiers' like cyberspace physics are so bad compared to like actual generations that going through generation stages with those physics is like the most frustrating experience. It just feels awful to play some of these stages. And again, I'm a bit of a Frontiers like critic, to be honest. I'm not as like positive on that game as a lot of the fan bases, I fully admit. I still like don't hate Frontiers in all fairness. I just would rather play like a lot of other Sonic games instead. To clarify a little bit on that. Damn, this sure is a camera angle. Thanks, game. I am looking at this map, and I have concerns. No one's calling you out for saying the cyberspace physics are bad because they are. Yeah. That's like the coldest take in the book. Yeah, the homing attack momentum is the weirdest change, and again, there's just a lot of like little things that are like, but why though? I will say it is a lot better in Shadow. I think it's placebo though, I'm not even gonna lie. I straight up think there's a placebo aspect to Shadow's gameplay, just because they mask it better. Like with Sonic, it's not masked very well. With Frontiers, it's like super obvious. With Shadow, because he's like teleporting in, the animation and lag doesn't feel as bad. But again, I may just be coping, because I actually like Shadow Generations. Like, this is a problem I've had for a while. Well, like last night, and like the last 2 nights, I actually replayed Sonic Adventure 2, because I just wanted to do something for me. It's very much like the premise of me streaming this today, is like, I just want to do something for my enjoyment. And like, I want to play a comfort game. So, I ended up replaying all of, Sonic Adventure 2. And it's really weird going back to those games because you can spam homing attacks, like, non-stop. It is ridiculous. It's actually broken, to be honest. It is very overpowered. But it feels great, to be honest. The one downside is no lock-on, so I definitely cleaned off the edge a few times. You do it too fast, you die, yeah, I found that out the hard way a few times. I swear I meant to look up a recomp the other day, speaking of which. I want to say like Lego Island got a recomp, I meant to look into that, but I may be misremembering. Yeah, same with Sonic. Sonic's the same way, where it's like, yeah, there's just tech wizards in this community, and no one knows how the hell they managed to do a recomp. Like, so under wraps like they did. Like, a lot of people didn't even know about it until it was already basically done. Even like major members of the Sonic community were like, what the hell am I looking at? Like, what is happening? Which is a lot of fun. Like, you know, if it had been at like an SHC or something, it would have been cool, but it definitely had extra punch by being like, where the hell is this coming from? They're just gonna drop this out of nowhere on like a random ass Saturday. Yeah, I think you just have to spray the top of the tree. Yep, I was just being a little silly. That's on me. Alright, we're done with Bianca Hills now. It only took 2 hours. This is gonna be a long playthrough, isn't it? Shadow Air Tree can be nominated, what's stopping them? Sega cease and desists, potentially. I feel it could be an issue. I don't know if Sega would C&D it. Just because it does require you to have the game yourself. Quote-unquote, have the game yourself, as much as, like, a lot of things on the internet require you to have the game legally, totally. Alright, let's look at the guidebook. So yeah, we're done with Bianca Hills for real, for real. I I guess we'll go to Ricco Harbor next. When is the next ad break? 15 minutes? Yeah, we got time. Now, I'm gonna be making bad choices here. I'm gonna get the blue coins in order, but some of them can only be gotten in episode 1. And some can only be gotten in episode 8 too. Above Ricco Tower. Can't do that one. There's a couple that are only tied to that. Is the one on the wall here only in episode 1? I don't even see the number 1 anywhere. Yeah, I know a couple Sonic mods have monetized, and it's like, everyone starts screaming at them like, what are you doing? There's also one up here. I'm just gonna grab this one out of order. Again, I don't know how, like, exciting this playthrough is going to be. But yeah, that one also had a bunch of other stuff that definitely we shouldn't talk about. I'm pretty sure if it's the one I'm thinking of. The one on the bottom of the deck is also only in this episode, I think. Alright, the 100 coins here is also a slog. That's my other issue with Ricco Harbor. Yeah, this 100 coins can, like, go down in a fire, basically. as far as, like, you know, having to just comb the area meticulously for things. It's like, you have to be so thorough to get the 100 coins in this one. It's so frustrating. Again, very scattershot, but hope it doesn't bite me in the ass later. Ouch. This is probably not a good episode to be getting these in, just because it's like, there's so many enemies around. And like, spraying the wall to get random ass coins, just like, yeah, this is just a miserable 100 coins that we'll definitely get to experience before too long. Right. There's also a really annoying, like, linked one here, where it's like... It's very precise, like, you don't get much time to get this. There's also one tied to a yellow submarine, Beetle's Intensify. But it's only in this episode, because it's, like, submerged, I think. Shoot the propeller to raise the submarine. So the only other one specific to episode 1 is over here. That's the funny part about me playing Sunshine is I will be very like harsh about some levels. Like, yeah, this level can like heck off, basically. I'll just be very blunt about it. Let's see, like, you have the Pachinko, obviously. That's the biggest example. Of levels I am not a fan of. One other interesting thing about, like, Sunshine, and also Galaxy 2, is the concept of leitmotifs. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But, like... The idea of... basically having, like, recurring aspects of songs, just a bit peppered it out throughout the soundtrack. So, like, you have a lot of, like, central melodies in Sunshine and Galaxy 2, both. Like, the main theme is, like, mixed into the central melodies of both games in a way that's, like, really cool in some ways. But also leads to less soundtrack variety. It's like kind of a mixed feeling, honestly, just because it does cause the soundtrack to sound a little bit more samey, just because you are hearing the same, like, core melody so much. But again, that's not like a huge gripe. I do like when games have motifs like that. How does this work again? This one's weird because you also have to, like, open up both sides. It's like, you have to do this, and then, like, jump up. But, like, actually just platforming is too slow. So you actually do need to, like, clear a path first. Actually, can we get this yet? Because we have the blooper. This is up here. I don't think we can actually get this one yet. Just because we'll aggro the blooper too early. Unless we can... Well, we're not really trapped in an arena or anything. We can just go back. It's like I'm just overthinking this, aren't I? Well, might as well aggro. So we have to, like, pull on this little tentacle, as you do, and just yank it off like that. Very violent if you think about it. Just like this blooper's just chilling. You're just, like, tearing its leg off. Fun story, or like fun tidbit about this fight. You're like intended to like get rid of all the tentacles first. You really don't have to. Like if you aggro him like this, you have enough time to actually just do this. And I recommend it personally because it's a lot faster. And I recommend beating this boss quickly because you have to do this fight like 3 times. So yeah, any way to speed this up is welcome in my book. So let's see, there's only like 1... 2... It's really only 2? I thought there were 2 blue coins in episode 2. That's weird. Totally misremembered. Yeah, we can actually get most of the blue coins now. So I think I will, just so I don't have to be arsed with them later. I'm standing over here to have as much time as possible because this one sucks. This one takes so long to get over to, and has such a tiny time limit that I recommend like sliding as fast as... God damn it. Sliding as fast as possible. Yeah, like, just that little hiccup was enough to completely throw us off. One downside of getting the blue coins now is we have no music, actually. Yeah, we'll have no music for the rest of this, because of the boss music overriding. So yeah, that is a little unfortunate now that I think about that. I really should have thought that through more. Shit. I don't think we have enough time now. Again, this... Oh wait, this one's actually a lot more generous. It's just the other one that's annoying. Trying to be as cheeky as possible with this. It should give me plenty of time to get over there, as long as I don't frick it up. There we go. Again, that's like so precise. There should be another one that actually isn't obtainable in this level, which is one above the Ricco Tower, which we need the rocket nozzle for, and you can't get it in this level, I'm pretty sure. Over the water... Yeah, that one's not in episode 1, but is in more episodes than just the blooper surfing, which is a surprise to me, actually. Take my time, I say as I'm rushing. There's also one over here you have to drop for. You can also use the rocket nozzle, which is obviously a little bit more convenient, but obviously also requires the rocket nozzle, which we don't have. That's number 20 here. It's the one underwater. So yeah, we already got that one. There we go. We should get that one while we're here. If I can figure out how to even get over there again. I'm gonna do something silly. I don't know if this'll work, but we'll find out. Hey, it works. Nice. A lot of this is just me, like, randomly throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's like, I don't know if this is gonna actually, like, work the way I hope it does, but, here's hoping. Case in point, jumping into the wild blue yonder. 17. Of course we end up with 17 coins at the end of this. Yeah. Ads are starting soon, so I'm gonna hop over here, and then we'll pause and resume, in a bit. So yeah, I will, yeah. Run ads, and we'll see how much farther we can get in this world.